follow the channel. All right, let's get into it. Now, I had somebody drop a comment the other day. I supposed to make a video, but I end up not making the video only because I got too busy once again. He asked me which one of these machines I like doing the caps with. Now, the tips and the tricks uh, is a little bit of difference, but sometimes it's not the machine, it is the user. Like a lot of people I know that do hats, they break the hats. It's not the machine. It's it's your technique. The only reason why I just been had a lot of machines and I figured out a lot of different techniques because I was that same person breaking all those needles before. All right, holla at your Rob Roy. Um, so I'll just go through some tips and some tricks of some things that's probably your problem of why you're having so much trouble with these uh, caps and hats. Is most of the problems start off with the way you hooping the cap. You're hooping the cap wrong. So once you get that down pat, you have a lot of less problems with hooping the cap. All right, because some people, I'm gonna just get me a hat right here. We get two different hats actually, so I can show y'all what the problem is. It's got to do with the surface area. These hats right here, the flat bills, the area is more flat. These curved bills is more curved, which causes more of a problem for the machines. The more curvy the hat is, the more problem you're gonna start coming with when you start doing some hats. Like I try to get the flattest hat. One thing I like to do, I like to get flat 5-panel hats. There's no seam in the middle. That gonna cause some problems right there. Just having a seam in the middle of your hat. It seemed like when I first started doing this, every time I would get to that seam, the seam in the middle. I don't even know if I even have any seam in the middle hats. 1 second. It's like y'all know what I'm talking about. This right here, you see that seam in the middle? This will cause a lot of problem for beginners. That seam gonna break a lot of needles around that the seam. This is crazy too. All these people wanted fitted hats, and as soon as I got fitted hats, no, I stopped getting any fitted orders. They would ask about them and then not order the hats. So luckily I only got like 6 of them because if not, I'd be stuck with all these fitted hats. Everybody said they want fitted. As soon as I got fitted, that's why I don't even mess with fitted hats. It's because of that reason. But let's go back into the video of what I'm here for today. Is to tell you some tips and tricks, and tell you what machines, some problems, and which machines I like best for hats. Oh yeah, you can see that machine right there. So it's that machine, no, not that one. Wait, this machine and that machine. These are the two machines we're gonna cover right here. This machine right here, if y'all can see it, this one, circle it. That one I like doing it, if I'm trying to get a little bit extra, like I go slower though. Another thing is y'all might be running your machines too fast. That's another reason why you're probably breaking these. Stop trying to speed through these things. Slow it down as much as possible. But don't go too slow. I'll say, so I like to be, slow for me is like around 500, I think stitches a minute. So try to be around there. If you're going fast, anything that is considered start going faster. Anything lower, I think it only goes down to 450 anyway. So that's another problem. You guys want to put it at 1,000 RPM to try to stitch a hat and then wonder why you keep breaking needles. That's why. All right, let's get into, so slow it down. Around 500 is good. 500 to 550. That's like the sweet spot for me. I do some designs at 600. Some I do at 650. Depending on how flat the design and how much area. See, when it's in there, sewing is like this, right? So I don't want it. If the design is doing stuff like this when it's printing, I want to go slow so the design goes through the machine slow. Think of it like that. Like if you got a real small design, you might can run it a little faster because the hat's only moving like this. When the hat started moving like this to do a design, or it's going like all the way like this, it starts pulling it. So it's pulling, the hat is pulling while it's stitching. that also causes needles to break. So it's stitching, and it keeps pulling. You see what I mean? Like it's stitching like this. Another problem with you guys, all you guys want to do the digitizing yourself, and y'all doing the digitizing wrong, and that's the reason why you keep breaking a lot of needles. All right, no matter what's not. So you're gonna find out most of the times it's the person. It's not. And that's why somebody will come over there, they'll do it, they'll show you, and then it look like, man, I got this figured out. And then you try to do it yourself later when they're gone, and it's not working because it's the person. Another thing is you guys are not getting yourselves enough experience. So y'all got this machine, but y'all only do it. You're only doing caps maybe once a month, twice a month, right? I'm doing caps every day. That's another reason why I learned so many things. I'm just so experienced in it because I did so much, did so many of them. That's all I mainly do right now is caps. So try to keep it that way and start adding some sweaters in. All right, I got all these machines working. Also, the bobbin. That's another problem y'all got. Either the bobbin is too loose. Learn how to tighten the bobbin. This video is for hats, so I'm just throwing that in there. Learn how to tighten the bobbin. Learn how to loosen the bobbin. That is another problem with the hat. So before we even get to the machines of what I like for hats, I'm just getting all these things out there that you guys are doing wrong. That you might think is the machine, because there's a machine. I like this machine for one reason, and I like this machine for another reason. All right, that's just, I'm gonna keep it in that realm. Like, and also make sure you thread these machines correctly. That's another problem, y'all. You can thread these things; they will work, but that doesn't mean it's threaded correctly. And you're wondering why you're getting so many thread breaks, or if you start getting any type of like bobbin nest, like, you know what I mean. It's like a bunch of threaded around there. That's because the machine is not threaded right, so it's not catching the needle, something like that. All right, and make sure you get the right thread. Don't try to get the cheap thread. You can get the cheap thread, but it has to be the right blend. You want 40 weight thread. All right, because I've got different thread, and I notice that's what makes a difference when I'm trying to stitch, is the thread is different. You know, sometimes it'll work, because it depends on the design if it'll work. Some designs is gonna work, some designs are just not gonna work for you. All right, just get that out of the way. Yeah. What else can I cover before I get into the machines itself? Also, make sure you have a person that you can talk to about the machines. Like a lot of you guys, y'all start having problems. Y'all, I know you want to figure them out yourself, but all you guys got to do is make a little comment on these videos, and within like a day or the next day, I'll make a video pertaining to the things that you, if you know how busy my schedule is, because I'm also doing my business as well. So you know what I'm saying? I'm running my business as well. So that's just what it is at this point. So, but I don't mind making a whole video catered to what problem you think you're having, or what you need to get through so you can get through your order. You know, I'm not that big of a YouTuber that I can't not just drop a video, just give you like 10 minutes of a video. Because I know if you have this question, a lot of other people have the same question. Sleepy, guys. Didn't get that much sleep last night. Now let's go into the caps then, the cap machines. Like this one right here, I like this one when I'm starting to stitch stuff like this. Like certain things I like to stitch. Like when I'm stitching, like I'm starting to stitch up here in this area, I like this machine, but it also depends on the hat too. If you have, when you start, it's gotta be a flat hat. Flat hats, you can start stitching up here. Right? If you start getting these curved hats, that everybody wants it, likes, except for me. You start getting these curved hats, no matter what you do, when you start getting up to here, it's gonna break needles. Because what the machine knows is it's going from a flat surface, which is right here, you can see it's kind of flat, to a curved surface, and the machine can't catch up to that. That's what gives the machine problems. Like it can work side to side, but when it started going front and back on the curves, it started breaking needles because it's like pulling the hat. The hat, when you're stitching something, it's pulling at the same time as stitching. So you gotta think of that. It's pulling and it's going front. It just can't handle this type of motion on the machine. It's just pretty much what it is. But also you guys need to know that these type of hats give you less area to stitch. Like this hat right here, I might have, I think two and a quarter inches. I don't know what that is in centimeters if you're watching, but maybe 10 something centimeters. Forgot what it is. It's over 10. 10 is, so something like that. But maybe it's not. I don't know. 5 6 centimeters. I forgot the translation. But all right, this gives you less. So whatever this is, take even less for this. All right. Sometimes you could just get by just shrinking the design down a little bit. Just shrink it down. Nobody really notices if you just shrink it down a little bit just to get it to fit on there. Because your area this is a bigger area. It's maybe 2 inches. All right? Because y'all guys will get these big designs. You'll want something like this. You'll see it's cool. And you'll be like, can you put it on this? Right? So, like I'm already got some other designs I got to put on these. And I got to shrink down. Like it'll go on there, but it's gonna be a way smaller version of it. Just because the problems of one, I gotta deal with this. I gotta deal with the seam, and then because I don't think they even make 5-panel, well, nothing of good quality. 5-panel already curved brims. I'm trying to see why is it curved. I personally don't like curved brims. Maybe that's why I don't sell that many of them. And I also know that it's a harder task when I'm doing printing. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really want to put myself at a disadvantage by having a bunch of curved brims. But same thing. Basically, you got to flatten the brim, getting the brim kind of flattened so the area is flat, and then also know that you got a smaller area to stitch. But when it comes to doing a lot of hats, like I like this when I'm doing like 1 or 2 hats, right? When I start doing more of a good design, I like to do this machine right here. All right, this is my the other one. This is, so these the price is different on these, but when I like to do a lot of things. Also, this one can do more area than this one. This one is more of a for a smaller shop something. This one is professional grade. That's the difference. They both do equally. Stitching is probably equal. Speed is, I don't know, I never really timed them, see which one is actually. Alright guys, I'm about to let you go, so till next time. But if you need anything else, but they're about even. Alright, let's get into the video. Let's get into it.